If it's an emergency, definitely call.
All right.
I want all the heads up.
Let's
on
record.
Day or night, leave a message, you know, if it's an emergency. But my favorite is when they're not emergencies. They call me at 8 o'clock at night.
You said we got 173 minutes, so I guess that's
Approximately
enough.
3 hours after we close. So the way I do it is 3 hours before we open, I make a phone call back. And I've been able to fix it. I'm ready, I'm happy, I'm happy to go. Hey, I'm ready to come right over.
It's amazing how that works.
Well, if it's worth waking me up for it, then it better be worth getting woken up for it. Well, I can see that, he'd be ready, oh, okay, let's fix this before breakfast, you know,
And then amazingly, the disc was up north of Hazleton, and when we got up there, 7:30, it was done.
It was done. I know it.
I called,
It's the way we got
I called
it.
Roger one night, limping a truck into town, needed rear end changed. And I called, Shante answered the phone, I said, no, Roger's in there. I said, well, I'm parking my truck outside in his parking lot. And I said, I've got a rear end pumpkin that's sitting on top of it. She says, he'll figure out what needs to be done. 7 o'clock the next morning, my truck is sitting in my driveway, I'm still sound asleep. And my truck is sitting there, and I don't know what time he brought it. But it was ready to go to work.
I'm telling you, you wonder why I get up so early. It comes naturally. He's done that my whole life.
Your grandpa don't do that though.
No, he didn't get up near as early, but he'll work all night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not
He
fun.
come up and goes some hills down for us, leveled some ground off for a pivot. He showed up at 7 o'clock that evening, and he left. Got in the car and left. I thought, "Well, I'll see him in the morning." Come back next morning, and I was there, I don't know, 7:45. Nope, those are gone already. Those work's already done.
And it was a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does excellent work.
Excellent.
Think about
He
it.
was trained right though, from what I understand about my great granddad. It was right, where you didn't leave.
I don't see how you can get everything so damn level and never get off.
And never checked, never had a late, my grandpa never had no transit, had no way of testing.
Does Roger have it on the transit?
I don't think he does. If he does, then Brian got him into it, because Brian does.
Yeah, he's got the fancy one.
Yeah, he has a really cool one.
But, yeah, Brian come out.
Darwin Gage told me, he said, he's got a Bible in his house. That's all he goes on.
Honestly, he's good. He is real talented.
Well, Brian come out and helped him on that big pond that they built for us. And Roger's on his old dozer just working away, and Brian's sitting
I
in
didn't
the
get it.
transit, up in his little.
Hey, Grandpa.
Pretty soon, he stops, he jumps down and moves that tripod over about 4 foot, and gets back on. Goes back, pushes it. Brian,
My first time.
runs back over, moves it back.
Fix the thing.
And he's sitting there using his GPS to get it set right
That's
back
the
where he
place
had
to
it.
hurry.
And Roger just going back
Trying
and
to-
He's just
forth.
doing his job.
He gets to
They
the
do
next
that
one,
with
he
him.
gets off and he moves out of the way.
It was good.
Then he goes back.
That was my first time.
Yeah, we gotta have this, we
Yeah.
got the pitch right. Well, I guarantee you it's gonna hold water.
Yeah. Well, I think it was probably the most interesting thing, my granddad's new wife, when my grandma passed away and remarried, but she's been doing some family tree work. And ever since the Simpsons moved to Barber County, ever since, all the men in the family have been entrepreneurs. They haven't owned much land, but they've all owned their own businesses. And I mean, all but like one of my uncles own their own businesses. Yeah. And it's kind of a neat deal, it's just, it was handed down,
Yeah.
something that.
Most of them.
Of course, I dig in it and crawl under the house. Now, I did.
If you yelled over my screen.
They,
Sorry about that. Is that such a sight?
Yeah, no, it just,
I never
you
did
just,
know.
I just would expect it
yeah,
anybody.
I thought I got to know him just a little bit.
I was just coming in, turning my phone off.
Hey, you done about to take your dad on the ship.
Stacy said you had one last night.
Sorry, he was back to training your dad.
Only because maybe she's starting to feed him again.
For the taser.
but,
Tripod.
for the most part, they're okay. We got rid of our pile of junk and cut the grass cut.
saw that.
Yeah, so,
If you want me to come back out,
Brian left that
just give me
evening.
a call.
And they had.
can't wait for me.
These things happen, but somebody has to do
Boss, he
it.
says, well.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it, not too much fun. You guys all Jeremy away yet?
No, not yet. So, I haven't seen him in a while.
Cause he took off.
You know, he may have. I
next
haven't
one.
seen him.
It's a good way to get rid of our problems.
I know he has time to start out in Oklahoma. He-
Had to shave a little bit here, just to irritate your
Well,
neck.
that's
Just
me
to
too.
irritate your neck, all he was doing. Or grandpa.
Yeah,
Time to go to work.
just to do
Yeah.
it, it's just that, I'm not to say, well, you know, you weren't perfect. Yeah, it's amazing, those little tiny, know what they're doing, I'm telling you. They don't need all that fancy stuff, right? That impresses me all the time.
You go on a minute.
I think it's something was, years ago, that was illegal.
We have the what? About freezing it over what it was.
Yeah, I need to turn the insurance.
Is that the camera doing?
Yeah, it's just for his own purpose.
Well, yeah, that's true. Not good.
Who does?
Sure.
Wonderful, yeah. How are you doing?
It's peachy. It's always peachy when you live and work in Cape Land, buddy. And if you knew my boss, you'd know how much in Cape Land I really am.
It's like creative.
You're with me.
Super nice guy.
Guys, it is 8 o'clock. We might as well go ahead and get started. All right, you want to?
Sure. Be happy. Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful day today. Thank you for the wonderful weekend you gave us, and thank you for all those who are here. Please help us to make good decisions this evening and show a community that represents you in everything that we do. In your name, amen.
Yeah, thank you, RL. Looks like we do have 4 here this evening, so we can go ahead and get started. We do have You guys looking at the agenda, is there anything on the agenda we need to rearrange, add to, take away from? Your motion to approve it as presented?
I move to approve the minutes as presented.
Our second.
Approve the agenda?
Agenda. Minutes.
Your second?
Second.
All in favor, right hand? That's 4 passed. Moving right along to the public agenda. Do we have public agenda this evening?
Yes, sir. My name is Paul Howard Tilley. I live at 601 Miller, Kiowa, Kansas. I've had problems with the tree on city right-of-way damaging my property. I was asked to submit a claim. I have submitted that claim. For those of you that don't have public questionnaires, you got one. There's one for you, Mr. Ron, one. You. You. Thank you very much. Please hand those out. Will you please fill those out and mail them back to me? You're a public servant too, chief. Maybe they'll back to you.
You're a treasurer.
Excuse me? I'm a what?
No. Rex is a treasurer for the city.
There you go.
I gotta make
Thank
sure
you.
everybody gets one.
You get one too. I had just enough. All right. I came in here last December, and I told you the situation. I just wanted my house fixed. I want it to be beautiful again. I put in an application to the weatherization people, but they won't come and insulate the house and put in new windows and new doors if there's anything wrong with the house. So that has to wait. And I even said I would be willing to take a Title I loan, which is a government guaranteed loan, and go into debt to fix my house. And I was just totally ignored. I guess the tree was finally cut down, and to me, that's in the mission of the city's liability for the damages to my house.
When did the tree go down?
A branch fell off the tree in 2007. I did not know that it was on city right-of-way until I read it in the newsgram in 2013. And that's when I came to the meeting in December, if you remember. Made my case for damages to my house. And I could not write a claim until the tree was down because the tree was still doing damage to my house. I explained all that, if you remember. If you don't, I can explain it again. I explained it in my claim. I think it's 3 or 4 pages long. I just want my house fixed. I would like my claim to be paid. I asked for an insurance adjuster to come out. I said, nope, we're not sending an insurance adjuster. So I estimated my damages. And that's what I did. If I have to go to court, it would be ×3, I think, in this state for what I'm suing for, plus punitive damages. Since the city has been so slow in repairing the damage that was caused by their tree in the city right-of-way, you know, all this, the city knew or should have known back in 2007 that the tree was on the city right-of-way and the damage should have been repaired right then. But it was ignored. And my legal team has sent an email to Mr. Law, and I understand the city attorney has told Mr. Law to just ignore my legal team. So that's why I'm here, to write this claim and submit this. And I just want the city to do what's right. You know, y'all are public servants. You're supposed to serve the public. I'm the public. Why aren't you serving it? And when I first came in, Nathan Law tried to just, they call it Government 101. Get him out of your office, send him somewhere else. He told me he didn't know anything, couldn't do anything. And when I wouldn't leave, then suddenly he knew everything about everything. He showed me on the map where the property line was, little red lines. Showed me, yes, the tree is on city property. You know, and I came to the meeting. The city attorney told me, well, the statute of limitations ran out. Well, the tree was still doing damage to my house, so that was another lie that I was told to try to brush me off and get me to just drop it and go away. And then insurance adjuster Watson told me, well, you can file the claim, but I guarantee you they're not going to pay it because it was an act of God, and they don't pay for acts of God. That was another lie, because the tree coming down was not an act of God. Well, the tree going over might have been an act of God, but the tree falling on my house and my power line was not an act of God. That was an act of gravity. So as far as I can see, the city council is not serving the citizens, me. I'm a citizen. Y'all just tried to brush me off. And so with the lies that I've been told by Nathan Law, insurance adjuster Watson, and city attorney McClellan, I would ask those three at this time to take their pens. I've got some paper if you need it. I would like for you three to write out your resignations. You were poor public servants, and you need to be gone. And I think that's about it for me, guys. You all have any questions? You've got my claim. You've got your public servant questionnaires. I want you to serve the public. I want you to do what's right by me.
What's the purpose of your questionnaire?
To see whether or not you are serving the public, or whether you're serving Mr. Watson's insurance company. I need something on paper, if you don't mind. That's why I brought the camera in today, So in case somebody wanted to say something, they could say, oh, no, I didn't say that. And I realize I can see that nobody's saying anything since they know they're on camera. So, okay, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I got some questions.
Okay, go ahead, Tom.
I'm not so sure, but it's on city, not city property, but city right of way. I think it's probably your property. You're paying the tax on it, cutting the grass and all that and that right of way.
City administrator law showed me the red line, and the red line goes right on the other side of the sidewalk toward the street.
Your
That's
approach
the
is a
property
unique
line.
situation in how we deal with our trees, since we're a tree city and we have a tree board. That's what we discussed. Why there was an article in Newsgram on Mr. Tilly approached in December of last year. So, that'd be it.
Whether or not you think you're liable, you did cut the tree down, and that is admitting liability.
Why don't you announce that?
We have this gentleman's claim that will be submitted to the insurance company, and from then on, it's up to the insurance company. If he doesn't like the company's disposition, he can file suit.
That's all we got insurance for.
That's what we have insurance for. You don't need to fill out the public servant questionnaire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can have this back, because I probably won't be filling that.
Then you'll be in violation of the laws that are listed there, sir. So I'm not taking them back. Is there any more questions? You're on video camera, having those in your hot little hands. I would like those filled out and mailed back to me, please.
I don't think sitting here calling people liars is the right thing either.
Well,
It's being kind of combative, you know?
you were sitting here when two of those people told me those lies. Don't you remember? Back in December.
I think it,
Think too much of this.
do what?
Go ahead.
Say that again. Say that.
Making a joke. I know you used to drink. I was just saying too much of that. That's why you don't remember. Is that right, Tom? Because you were sitting in that same seat last December.
Remember, this is on video
All right,
camera.
Yes, sir.
wait,
No,
that's,
that's-
come on, guys.
That
This
is
is
not
enough.
slander.
We do have a time limit on our public agenda. That time limit is out. I would assume will be approached from our insurance company on whether this claim will be paid or not.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Have a good day.
Okay. Anything further, public agenda? Let's look at the minutes. Anything in the minutes we need to address?